just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, you get all the quotes.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He'll try to take it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Navy!
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Turns it on in midfield. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Falcon. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The midshipman offense makes its way onto the field for their first possession of the game. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is how's this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better running backs than what they have on offense. So, David, they're going to have to find ways to still get their backs touches, but try to keep them away from this guy because he is a heat-seeking missile.
He is, and he's sideline to sideline. He's good in the pass. He's good in the run. Like, he really is hard to get away from. Maybe read him some. You know, get the ball out quick. Try to avoid him as much as possible because he has wrecked many a games.
On third down, he drops the throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Navy will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looks it in at the 40. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Air Force. Great job by the back on the option.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. The early scripts have work trying to add to this 14-7 lead. With the catch, it's Cook. Across the 25, he's got room. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Air Force. How about this defense taking one back to the house? No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business. It's an offense. We don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Here's the give off the left side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
There's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
Gives it on the option. And some room to work. Still on his feet at the 35. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flips it out to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The midshipman trying to sail way forward on 3rd and half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Complete to the right. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The Falcons want to crank the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. has to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets rid of it. Plucks it out of the air. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. And the Falcons, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Falcon.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, midshipman. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Maddox. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. The Falcons are in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a gap. It's Owen. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Air Force!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Navy offense. Well, Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they can go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. The midshipmen come to the line facing third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Takes the easy completion. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. The screen, he can go. Still running at the 40. Right down the gut of the field. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll run it from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there has been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it. He's loose. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
Man, you talk about flipping the field in a hurry. Maybe you're thinking run the football, create a little space for my offense. Now, they're taking shots way down the field, 98 yards to the house. What a huge play for this offense.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Navy will go back on the attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Teray. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out fast.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Navy now facing 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. Navy will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Turning it on.
This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
They're like the kid at the playground that just does not want to share their ball with anybody else and play in the sandbox. They've got a crazy lead, and still, head coach decides to go out onside.
He's loose on the left. And he's slipped through the crowd, and he'll pass it. Touchdown, Falcons.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Trying to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Power football with the run. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Trying play action. He's got an open man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Navy!
Man, you just know that offense, they needed that touchdown to try to build some momentum. Hasn't really been going great early in this game, but a nice job being physical at the point of attack and pay it off with the score. And maybe that's just the play they needed to turn this thing around.
He'll bring it out. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. To the air on first down. Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Falcons come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Non-name receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Toure. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. A little release to the back. Looking for the end zone. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He wants it all. Touchdown, midshipman. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 27. They'll start this drive going to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep. Not able to connect there.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Owen. At the 40, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man on the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got his man. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Makes the grab on 30. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31.
Get set, get set.
Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. So now it's 2nd and long.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that,
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now.
that's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. You're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Wants to go up top. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Navy! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. And they tacked on the extra point.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. The Falcons headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Sets up the screen. Touchdown, Air Force! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And here comes the Navy offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production or much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Right on the money. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down. A strike downfield. Up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
If you're going to play football, you have to be able to mix up coverages. You can't just sit back in the same thing. How about the zone blitz? Catch him off guard. It looks a little bit like man, but I blitz a linebacker in there, hits the quarterback, gets him on the ground. He didn't even know it was coming to him.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're...
There he goes! That's 20. Touchdown, Falcons! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Gives it on the option. Hard running there. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. The midshipman could get really aggressive here on 2nd and short. The give to the back. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Reads it, fires complete. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Murphy. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. They want to throw it. It's caught. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. The corners are walked up tight. Leaves it with the back. Got room to work. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The midshipmen move the sticks with that powerful running game. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Navy needs to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. You really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 5 over UAB. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case any...
He lost one down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. Oh, Falcons want to move quickly. He's looking to pass. Looking to get it in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Making side adjustments here. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Air Force. Fit it in the window for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And the returner will be brought down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. The give to the tailback. Got a little space. Fights off the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
Jackrabbit.
Use the play fake, down to throw. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
29 Philly.
To throw, it's Murphy. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Easy.
The play action fake. Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Out of the gun, the give to the back. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. As the end of the quarter, Air Force has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play.
Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. And this one is perfect. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Looking to throw on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Makes a grab on the shot. Touchdown, Falcon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. A negative play to open the drive, but Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No fair catches here, looking for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Sends it back in motion. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
The Falcons have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. He's going for the goal line. Into the house. Touchdown, Air Force. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And Navy will go back on the attack. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Now on the return. Makes a move. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He's going to throw deep right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, going to the air. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Almost had the completion. just missed it.
Well, it's an unfortunate drop by the tight end there, and he's a guy they just have not been able to get him involved in this football game. We're here in the second half, and this guy still doesn't have a catch.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Now, that's a throw in the drag route where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field, and they just couldn't hook up on that one.
Scanning the field, it's Murphy. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Navy will have to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives. Turning it on! Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Rides the back on the option, the give. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for them.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle.
Here we go.
Back to throw, it's Murphy. Rushes on him. The throw. He's got his man. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a first down for Navy. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance.